Did everyone get out of the maze? Some of us believed that we needed help. Some of us believed that we could do it ourselves. And others believed that they weren't even prepared to try. Why did I ask if everybody got out? Because in the old days in our training, we used to have real mazes, and sometimes it was very difficult to find people. So why do we use a maze? The reason we use a maze is it's like a microcosm of life. Life is a maze, and sometimes you go into dead ends, sometimes you find a gap, sometimes you find yourself at the end and you're not really sure how you got there. Each step is part of something that helps us. Now, why do we use a maze as well? In our trainings, we like to use games to sort of explore ideas, because when you use games, it's not as invasive, it doesn't put you on the spot. Whatever you're experiencing inside yourself is a lesson for yourself. No one else sort of in the group needs to know what's going on in your life, but you discover things about yourself that help you to grow as a person and help you to be the leader that you are inside yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know yourself, if you don't know what's your truth, if you don't know how to lead yourself, how are you going to lead other people? Let alone how you're going to lead yourself. So it's an essential component of life. And experience counts for an incredible amount of your life. Because at the end of the day, if you're not sure about something, until you've experienced it, be it right or wrong, you don't know what's the truth. And it's not to say you can't learn from someone else's experience, but it is to say that when you've experienced something for yourself and someone's offering you the same solution in the way that you've approached it, you know the answer. And no one can take away that answer from you. You know what is the truth. You know from your own experience whether something was real or not. It might not be real to anyone else, but if it was real to you and you experienced it, how can anyone say to you, you didn't, or that it's not real? It was real. The question is how you interpret it, but that's for another discussion. So experience gives you truth. Okay, so because of this being led along the right way and the wrong way, I've also done it at the beginning of the course because I want to knock myself off the pedestal. Why off the pedestal? Because I'm just a facilitator. I cannot be the person who has answers for you. I can just offer you suggestions. I can give you ideas, and at the end of the day, you're the person who's going to try them, and you're the person who's going to be leading yourself. You're the leader. All I am is your servant, and I'm here to help you to achieve what you want to achieve. That, at the end of the day, is my role here. Now, the other thing which is important is you might have found that you went into the dead end. Now, what happens when you go into a dead end in life? Does that mean that you should stop? Does that mean that you're a failure? What does it mean? So I'd like you to perhaps look at a few alternatives. The first alternative, perhaps, is that when you go into a dead end, it's a lesson of the experience. And you can say to yourself, well, what does this experience teach me? What did I get from it? What did I learn that allows me to be wiser for it, stronger for it, and gives me the ability to make a better decision in the future going forward? So a dead end is a teacher. It is an opportunity to learn a new way. The question is, are you learning, as Einstein says, what is the height of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you keep going left and going into a dead end, why don't you try straight or right? Because when you try straight or right, maybe you discover a new methodology, and maybe you discover, well, not maybe, you definitely will discover a new experience. Now, the other question is, when I failed to achieve the goal that I wanted to achieve, let's say I threw a ball and I missed, does that make me a bad person or a bad player? Or was it just a miss? And if you look at the top players of sports in the world, many of them have missed, but they practice more times to succeed in achieving the result of scoring. So it's not a miss. They focus on what they are wanting to achieve, which means they forget about what they were making a mistake in. And that's not just for ball sport, that's for games, that's for everything in life. In fact, this process of elimination and achieving the target that you want to achieve was first brought, I think, to attention by Dr. Maxwell Maltz in cybernetics that he wrote about in the 60s. And it's a very interesting book if you do want to read about it. Now, is there such a thing as a waste of time? And is there anything that you could have gained from this experience? Now, one of the things I also want to say is that we might have touched on dealing with certain issues that you perceive are a dead end. And the question is, when you've gone into that dead end, did you also, as another option, did you also find that you are still holding parking space about that mistake or those people that were there to teach you? Are you still fighting with them even though that time does not exist now? That time is still far, far in the past. Rather, let go of it. Take what you had to learn, grow with it, take responsibility for what you had to learn from it, and grow, go forward. Now, the other thing which is very interesting is that our Creator created us in a world where we have an animal self and a godly self. Now, what happens with that? It means, as we learn from Dr. Jampolsky from Teach Only Love, that the animal self is designed to protect you. It's here to survive. It's here to keep you alive. It's the vessel which allows us to be in this world. So what happens to the learning system of something which is designed to survive and is here to keep you alive? It challenges everything from a survival point of view as opposed to a love point of view. When you are looking at the world through fear and everything's out to attack you, then what is your experience and what are you getting from the world? When you're looking at the world from love and as in a place to grow and create in, what are you getting from the world? Now, these are just some of the questions. There are other games that we go into and explore and other methodologies. Just a taste of what we do. If you're interested to write to me, please do so. I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. Please share this video if you want to give other people the experience of the maze. Rather let them do the maze first and then they can watch the video themselves. It's been great doing this. Have a fantastic day or fantastic evening, and I hope we'll be in touch. Take care. God bless.